Good afternoon and good morning. This is Mark Johnson from Loyalty360. Hope everyone's happy, safe, and well. We are excited to announce our new Loyalty360 webinar, which will be live on Tuesday, April 29th at 1 p.m. East Coast. In this session, WillowTree is going to address a new study on the drivers of emotional loyalty for brands. And they will share proven strategies and measurable tactics that lead to increased customer engagement, drive incremental value for customers, and foster brand affinity across audience segments. For a sneak peek into the session on the 29th, we are joined today by Emily Kohler. She is Associate Principal Strategy Consultant at WillowTree. Emily, how are you today?
I'm doing great, Mark. Joining you from Charlottesville, WillowTree headquarters. We've got Best of Virginia spring going on right now. How are you doing?
There you go. My wife grew up in Charlottesville, so small world. That's good.
Wonderful.
First off, can you give us a brief overview of what you plan to present to our audience, especially with regard to how brands should be looking at emotional loyalty and customer engagement to improve customer loyalty?
Absolutely. We're really excited to share some fresh insights from a recent study of over 450 loyalty program members from across the United States and Canada. And we're focusing on the first report in a three-part series that shares strategies for driving emotional loyalty in the digital age. And you might assume, oh, community building features and social connections, that's what's going to drive emotional connections to a brand. And our research suggests that it's really the basics done brilliantly that are going to matter most. So think those personalized experiences, seamless experiences across channels. And interestingly, excitement, excitement and generating excitement in your members about their rewards they're going to earn, the rewards they've worked hard to earn through loyalty programs.
Yep.
That's really going to make an impact on the emotional loyalty. So we'll be diving into strategies that brands can use to create that excitement and relevance that customers are looking for.
Excellent. Who would benefit most from attending this webinar?
Okay. Our research focused on quick service restaurants, digital experiences, and loyalty programs, but there are really valuable takeaways for anyone who's either planning for a loyalty program or the digital experiences that accompany that program. There are really generalizable insights that we can think about how we're driving that emotional loyalty. WillowTree works across the entire customer experience, and this research provides insights for a number of different roles that touch loyalty programs in different capacities, which we do. So we really generated this research so that we could help clients like ours and wanted it to be applicable for a number of different roles.
Okay. And what are a few key takeaways that attendees can expect to learn during this session?
Um, as I mentioned, spoiler alert, one of our most striking insights is that excitement most consistently predicts emotional loyalty. So we'll be diving into several different types of excitement and strategies for creating each type of excitement for your members. So thinking beyond just the anticipatory, but that outcome excitement as well. We'll also look at some digital features and which
Okay.
features seem to move the needle on emotional loyalty. As I mentioned, it's not the emotionally oriented community building features you might expect. It's not that we should totally wipe those off, but that those basics really matter. And the research suggests that they're important for driving emotional loyalty. And then
Excellent.
we'll round out the conversation with a look at personalization and the value of relevance. It can feel like a buzzword at times, but it really matters. And we've not only looked at the relationship with emotional loyalty, but done a little bit more of a deep dive, working with some members on our team who actually bring that personalization to life and consider some strategies.
So, for brands who are looking to strengthen emotional loyalty, what should they be measuring, especially across the digital channels, as you mentioned, to know or understand if their strategies are working?
Yeah, great question. And as a researcher, the concept of what are we measuring? How are we actually seeing the impact is always so critical. And emotional loyalty really goes beyond the purely rational decision making that's based on price or convenience. To measure emotional loyalty itself, you want to understand, are customers going out of their way? Are they recommending your brand to others? Are they excited about being a loyalty customer? Do they want to chat about it with their friends? Ultimately, though, it really comes back to revenue. Emotionally loyal customers are more valuable to a brand in terms of purchase metrics. And by effectively fostering emotional loyalty, you should be seeing an impact on revenue. And that's going to be the final determinant of really, are you having the impact you're looking for?
A real quick follow-up question. You mentioned relevance with regard to personalization.
Yeah.
That's something that many brands struggle with, right? Because truly listening to and understanding what their customers say from feedback mechanisms or other opportunities from the data. What do you see as a kind of an opportunity around relevance and personalization? Because that being one of the key drivers of emotional loyalty and something that what we see as brands struggling with, how can you help brands or how should brands be looking at relevance with regard to personalization?
Yeah. Well, one of the key pieces of personalization is really the data that you have available to you. And I'll say that we're seeing a new age of personalization when it comes to artificial intelligence. And we're not trying to just suggest something to folks that they've already purchased, but really think about what new um, items, what new experiences might really meet a need or a preference, really kind of align with a customer. And so we're seeing a lot of really interesting strategies around kind of leveling up on personalization here, where we've got really rich data sets. And loyalty programs are just ripe for understanding. What are your customers doing? What are they purchasing? They're sharing that information with you, being able to leverage that, bring in the power of AI to be thinking about what might they want in the future? How could we expose customers to something new based on what they've done before? There's really incredible opportunities. And actually, we have an upcoming part 3 that specifically deep dives on the strategies to act on personalization.
Okay.
And it hasn't actually been released yet, but we'll be touching on it a little bit in the webinar next week.
Emily, thank you very much for taking the time to join us today. We look forward to learning more in the session regarding emotional loyalty and how brands can better adapt their strategies to drive a deeper connection with their customers. So thank you very much for sharing what you shared.
Great. Thanks so much for having me, Mark.
And as a reminder, Loyalty360 webinars are open for anyone to attend. So please be sure to register using the link in the video session. And please reach out should you have any questions regarding the webinar or anything pertaining to Loyalty360. Until then, looking forward to seeing you on April 29th at 1 p.m. East Coast. Thank you very much.